starting off this look by using the Kat Von D Shake Primer. This primer is really easy to use. It's translucent and you can dab it on with your fingers. I'm going to use a berry toned eyeshadow on the outer third of my eye. This is where I like to place my eyeshadows first. And then I blend them towards the inner corners if I want them to go that far. Otherwise, you just want to dab it on and blend it outwards into a cat-like shape towards the tail of your brow. Then I went in using a bright pink from the same palette. By the way, I'm using the Norvina Volume 1 palette for this, I believe. My bad for not showing it in the clips, but you know, stuff happens. Anyway, dab the hot pink on and then blend it out. This is going to soften the perimeter of the berry shade and give you a nice, smooth transition. Moving on, I decided to dip into my Pat McGrath palette. This is the, what's the name of it? The description's going to be down below, but you know, it's that palette. And I wanted to put one of her glitter tones in the inner corner of my eye, and then I'm blending it into the two shades that I put together initially. Now I'm taking a black eyeliner pencil and I'm creating basically a cut crease. You want to blend out that pencil kind of, sort of, while maintaining that stark line. This way it transitions really smoothly for the next couple of steps that are going to be taken. So take your time and then move on to the outer third of your eye. I'm making a wing shape and then I'm just going to mess it up by kind of blurring it out using the pencil. And then I'm taking the same pencil brush that I was blending the other side with and blending this out. This is going to be a really unique shape because I was really just doing this on the fly, but it's no different than when you're blending out a cat eye or when you're starting a like a semi-smoky eye. You just build up the base product until it's dark enough and then you put your other eyeshadows right on top of it, or you know, none at all, whatever works for you. Just make sure it's blended. I took the pink eyeshadow again with a fluffy brush and I blended it right on top of the black. And the reason why is because a lot of the times you can lose a little bit of that pigmentation when you're adding cream products on top of powder. So just reestablish those hues if they're missing. If you're good with how it looks, then don't worry about that step. Moving on to the cut crease. So I was going to do a halo, but my shapes were all funky. So I decided to go ahead and create this funny looking, I don't even know what you would call this. Technically, it's like a halo cut crease, but it's shaped kind of weird. So I used my pencil brush to blend the edges on the inner corners into the pencil that I laid down there, and then it made this cute curve. So I was like, all right, let's wing the top out, you know, and then that made another weird shape on the other side. So we're just gonna pack on some white eyeshadow and go with the flow like I usually do. That's how we come up with these quote-unquote creative looks. They're usually completely unintentional and by accident. But it looks cool, so that's all that matters. You want to pack on your matte shadows using a flat eyeshadow brush. I'm using a synthetic one, and then I'm doing the tail with a synthetic angled brush. You can use dual fiber. I don't recommend natural hair brushes because they're smelly, but they pack on shadow pretty well too. And then just make sure that you either blend the edges in to create your halo that you want, or go in with a dense brush and make the lines sharp and smooth so it looks really wicked, you know, like this, like that, yeah. I hadn't decided if I was blending it out yet or not, but you get the gist. Alright, so I decided that I did not want to match the shadow to the lower lash line. So I went ahead and cleaned it up using concealer and a big old flat concealer brush. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. It's either supposed to be a concealer brush or it's an eyeshadow brush. But either way, just clean up the line. If you don't want to use concealer, you can go ahead and use a makeup wipe, but I do recommend using concealer if you haven't made a huge mess on your eye, just because it's easier to blend all of your your base products together without messing up your eyeshadow later down the line. Okay, it's insurance, if you will. This sponge that I'm using is from XO Beauty Babes on Instagram. They are a Latina-owned indie brand. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for the sponge. And then I went ahead and took the same concealer and I applied it around my eyes. Now the reason why I did that is because I'm going to put on this foundation, right? And this foundation is literally slightly darker than me. And laying it down like that allowed me to blend everything together without having to layer too many products, okay? If you like to wear a lot, wear a lot. If you don't, then don't. That's cool with me. So now I'm going to go in with this stick foundation from Benefit, and I'm just using that to give me a super slight bronze tour, nothing crazy. And then I laid down a concealer that is one shade lighter than the one that I was wearing initially. And that's just to liven up around my eyes. You know, rich people don't sleep, and I'm wealthy in something or the other. So you'll dab it in using the same beauty blender. If you're one of those people who feels like they have to use different brushes and stuff, I definitely recommend trying using the same tools instead of multiple tools. You'll have less to clean later, and your products will blend more seamlessly because, you know, you've got 1, 2, 3 products on one tool. Then I took the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. I still haven't tried the honey one. Have y'all tried it? Let me know down below. And I'm pressing that in. I already did it underneath my eyes. I'm pressing it around my mouth though, because that's where I usually get creasing from cheesing so much. This is Hush Tone by MAC. It's a beautiful extra dimension blush. I love this because I can literally put it all over my face. All over my face. Moving on to the Naima lashes from Be Wispy. I popped those babies on. Those are really nice lashes. They don't have a huge curl to them, so they do look really, really wispy. And then I just took the eyeliner that I started with initially and I put it on my lash line, my waterline, and blended it out using the exact same colors that I used in my crease. This is just going to give you that matchy-matchy feel. You can, of course, use whatever colors you like. Whatever floats your boat, you know. I don't know what color that is. I'm pretty sure, though, that that's the same shade that I put from the Pat McGrath palette. And then I'm going to take this wet lip oil. This is from Kosas Cosmetics. If you like lip oils, this one is really, really nice. It's smooth. And it doesn't cause that, you know, whiteness around the inner part of your lips or whatever. But this is the look, you guys. Very random. This was me trying to crawl out of my creative hole, and this is Sasson bothering me and getting in the frame. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the next video and subscribe because it's free 99 and it helps me out. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Bye.